And where is it? Well, we are live, and it is, and ready. Welcome to What We Watch When We Drink, a Booze Dancing Entertainment Network podcast featuring lively discussions about movies, TV shows, and anything else that we're watching while we drink our favorite boozy beverages. If you enjoy this show, please subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Google, Audible, and anywhere else you get your podcasts. You can also find us on boozdancing.com. And if you have any questions, comments, show or drink suggestions, email us at boozdancing@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Hey.
Hello.
Howdy. The Booze Dancing Network is live once again in 2024. A lot of people thought we were coming back. A lot of people thought we were on a hiatus. A lot of people thought we were canceled. They were very wrong. We are back.
We should have been canceled, but we weren't.
Nope. We got a respite. There was a big letter writing campaign from all of our fan, and he just sent in lots of letters to the network, and we are back again. We are live tonight on, would you say, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and probably Instagram, we think, tonight. Is that correct? Potentially Instagram. So you can send us your comments in wherever commenting field you have on whatever app you're using. This is the What We Watch When We Drink podcast, the Booze Dance on the Booze Dancing Entertainment Network, the unofficial podcast of spring training. Give or take, we are about 30 days from pitchers and catchers reporting in Florida and Arizona. And spring will unofficially be here. And hopefully, what will we have, boys? Say
Baseball?
Warmer weather.
Warmer weather. God.
Warmer weather.
We hope so.
When the pitchers and catchers start coming out and spring training games are here, that means warmer weather is nearby.
Why can't we be the official podcast of record for, the draft deadline for the NBA? That's coming up sooner.
We could be. Well, maybe they'll sponsor this next time.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Unofficially.
So do we get unofficial money? Are they going to give us unofficial cash?
We are really good with unofficial money, by the way.
Oh,
a lot of people don't know that. Yes.
Totally. I've been printing it for years.
I think the entire country is running unofficial money, frankly.
That's right. Just a little card. It's plastic. Right? That's right.
Exactly. Until the tax man comes collecting.
So normally we do these things on a Wednesday, but tonight we're doing. Is it a Wednesday? It's a Tuesday, right?
It's Tuesday.
This is a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. And then this will be a podcast on a future date. But we are live tonight, and we are going to talk about whiskeys that we got as gifts or around the holidays. Stuff that was left at our house or given to us. That will be our quaffs of choice tonight, and then we got a really fun movie to talk about too. Correct?
Yes, correct. Absolutely.
So, where should we start? Should we start with our whiskeys or and do a cheers?
Yeah, let's do that. It's always good to start with a drink. Wet our whistles, if you will.
So why don't we pour our drinks?
Yes.
Clink, and then we'll talk about our drinks.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
That's what they told me to do in production. So
sounds good to me.
Big production meeting this morning.
Oh, nice. Did you have breakfast? Did they serve donuts?
They never bring crap.
They don't bring crap.
They don't bring crap.
We got to get a new PA.
I know.
Well, you know what it is? Nobody can decide who's going to go pick up the crap, and nobody.
This is true.
And no one wants to pay for DoorDash. Cheap bet.
No, it's expensive.
Right. That $10 sandwich is now a $30 sandwich.
Yeah. All right. To 2024, gentlemen. Welcome back to Booze Dancing. Cheers.
Hey, look at that. They all sound pretty good.
That's almost pretty good. All right, Michael. What do you got in your glass? And tell us a story about how it got to you.
I've got a little bit of the 1792.
Very nice.
It's the small batch. And Angelo and I just cracked this open the other day during our research session. So I thought I would drink some more of it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, we'll have
one of the neighbors came for New Year's Eve and dropped it off.
Oh, well, that's a very nice gift.
It is a nice gift.
Okay.
And it's a very good whiskey, too. It's delicious.
Yeah.
We'll come around with tasting notes in a second. Angelo, what do you got?
Well, I didn't get any like big full bottles of whiskey, but in
You have loser
exchange,
friends.
well, yeah, in exchange for my baking services, bake some
Ooh.
cookies for someone. They gave me a sample of the Rip Van Winkle 10-year-old that they got from their brother-in-law, who was
Wow.
apparently quite the big spender.
Oh,
Hello. What does
Quite
that
the
thing
big
run?
spender. I have no idea, but I think it's a lot.
A
It might
lot.
be. It might be a grand. I don't
Well,
know.
that 1792 is not cheap either, as I
No,
recall.
but I don't think it's a grand.
No, it's not.
I don't think it's a grand.
Well,
So
well,
yeah,
cheers
so
to
I
that.
got I made cookies and I got a little whiskey in exchange. So I'm pleased with that.
lovely.
Yeah, I'll take it.
And Aaron, what do you got?
I have, well, we had a Thanksgiving weekend. My wife and I hosted a barbecue for a few people from our the Southern California Whiskey Club, and it was supposed to be a kill bottle night. So you're supposed to bring bottles to kill off. Of course, that never works because there's too many bottles and nothing gets killed off. And someone left this, and I don't know who left this bottle. It was either the Whiskey Monster or the Minty. And if you're out there, gang, thank you. This is an Irish whiskey from some place called Two Stacks. I believe it's from the Killowen distillery. 17-year-old, 58.07%, 188 bottles, and it was bottled for the San Francisco Whiskey, Bourbon, and Scotch Society. And there's just about maybe one finger left on that bottle, and so we're going to use it up tonight. And this was the Game of Malts cask.
Hey Aaron, you got a little static.
Okay, let's back. Hold on one second.
Yeah, he's got a little static. So while he's rejiggering the speakers or the microphone, so the old Van Winkle 10, $70 MSRP on the old Rip Van Winkle website, but when you get the shopping stuff on Google, anywhere from like 1,000 to God knows what.
Wow.
It's all over the map.
Isn't that funny with the Van Winkles are all that way?
The aftermarket's a bit much.
Yeah, I think it's a little ridiculous. I'll pay 70
The
for it.
I love that the MSRPs on the Van Winkle stuff is moderate.
I think
it's pretty
I think
cheap.
it's a big middle finger, frankly, to the bourbon drinking public.
I love it, but then I hate what happens on the aftermarket,
Right?
And all the fake stuff that gets on eBay.
Well, like the Buffalo Trace
bullshit.
Antique collection. What's MSRP? Like $100?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck finding it. Good luck getting it at that price. So anyway,
any notes on yours, Mike, that you want to throw out?
It's wet.
It's
you want more than that? Oh, okay. It's 46.85, so it comes in at 93.7. It's not terribly vapory, and it's a pretty nice fruity blast.
So this is 107 proof, so 53.5 ABV. I didn't realize it was that high.
Yeah, whiskey to 5.
Yeah, $70 MSRP. It smells nice. It's got like some nice burnt sugar and then some herbal notes. It smells good. I haven't tasted it yet, though. Have you gone in for a taste yet?
I think Aaron may have.
Oh, okay.
Just dab.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So,
oh, it's got some heat. That's good.
This does too, but it's 58%, so it has a reason. It's 17-year-old. I'm looking at the whiskey base. I can't find much about this online.
What was this again? I'm sorry. What were you drinking?
Single malt. The bottler's called Two Stacks, but it's a single malt from Cooley, the Killowen distillery. 17-year-old, bottled in 2021. First fill ex bourbon, 188 bottles, 58%. For the San Francisco Bourbon and Scotch Society. So it was a private bottling for a club. Nice. Cute label. I looked on their website, this Two Stacks company, and they've got a lot of interesting cute little bottles and labels. They do a dram in a can. They do an Irish cream. They do a peated stout. Dram in a can. It's a 43% 4 by 100 milliliter cans, I guess, in a set. That's a big thing for them, it looks like. But they've got a bunch of regular whiskeys. They got a blend. They got a double barrel. They got a little bit of everything. I don't know who they are. I don't know if they're connected to Cooley at all or just a private bottling company, private independent bottling company. It's good, but it's hot so far.
Good.
Ooh, much better.
How's your $100 sip there, Ange?
That's nice.
Don't spit it up.
No. It's very nice. It's good. It's like a little dry. It's all up front. It's got a little, the usual, the baking spices, a little blast of cinnamon, a little peppery. It's good. A little vanilla. Delicious.
I don't remember having. Sorry to get away from you, Angela. Getting away, having the 1792. I'm not sure if I've had that, or it's been a long time since I've had it.
Yeah, it's from Barton.
Yeah.
In Bardstown. They're the oldest distiller still continuing operating down there. And they make this batch, and they do a rye one, a wheated one, which is what this is, and just a rye.
Would you say the ABV was?
It's 46.85.
46? Yeah.
And the bottle itself goes for somewhere between like $60 and $70.
Yep.
So it's an approachable bourbon. It's not super pricey, but
very nice gift for the holidays, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Somebody dropping it off. That's nice. Okay, we're going to come back to these whiskeys in a bit, and we are going to go into our feature film for the evening, The Last Seduction. And I'm going to let Gilo give us the rundown on The Last Seduction before we start jumping into this thing.
All right, I'll give you a couple of just facts and figures, nice and quick. So release date, October 26th, 1994. Budget, $2.5 million. Gross box office, $5.8 million. It gets a 7 out of 10 on IMDb. It gets a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. It has a Metascore of 85. Would you like a brief plot summary?
Give us a rundown. No? Yes, yeah, definitely. Yes.
It's a little long, but okay. Bridget Gregory.
Narrow it down a little bit. No,
I'll try.
Go ahead.
Bridget Gregory has a lot going for her. She's beautiful, intelligent, and married to a doctor. But as her husband Clay discovers, all of this is not enough. After persuading him to sell medicinal cocaine to some drug dealers, she takes off with the money, almost $1 million, $700,000, and goes undercover in a mid-American small town. Because Clay must pay off a loan shark who will otherwise damage him severely, he keeps sending detectives after her, trying to retrieve the money. When Bridget meets Mike Swale, a naive local who is blinded by her beauty and directness, she devises an elaborate, almost diabolical scheme to get rid of Clay once and for all. And I wouldn't say it's almost diabolical. I would say it's diabolical. Yeah. It was diabolical.
It's really not there's really no gray area here.
No. This is diabolical. This is downright evil. And I got to say, she was fabulous. Fabulous.
Had either of you seen this before we watched it?
I saw it when it came out in the theater. So, and I really liked it. And it was, it's kind of sleazy, and I kind of liked it.
You're the king of sleaze.
I am. I'm the sleaze king.
Oof. I swear I've seen it before because the story seemed very familiar, but I couldn't, parts of it still surprised me. Some of the characters that came across and a little bit of the action.
Uh-huh.
I'm the same way. It feels like I've seen it.
Yeah.
There are parts of it that are so memorable, but I can't remember. I had to have seen it on cable at some point in the last 30 some years.
I mean, big bags of money and killing all your partners isn't exactly an uncommon trope in movies.
Correct.
So it's not exactly. So really, this is not. I mean, it's all in the execution. It's not about. It's not so much the originality of the plot. It was just done with a lot of tongue in cheek. I thought a lot of humor, and one hell of a performance by Linda Fiorentino.
Yeah. Correct. I didn't look at. You told us we picked the movie to watch, and I didn't really know much about. I knew of it, I should say. And part of me thought when it started that this was going to be not a rom-com, but a dark comedy. A dark comedy.
It was not.
Yeah, but in a way it was, though.
It was, but it was dark. It never got funny, but it definitely got dark.
Oh, yeah.
Right? right? So
Yeah.
the humor was there, but it was very subtle.
Yeah.
Part of me wanted it to be funnier, but on the dark end, it was darn great. You know, it really hit the marks on the dark
It never
side.
got rom either.
No.
It was
No.
no rom.
There was no
Well,
rom.
it was
Oh,
one-sided
a little
rom. It
rom.
was
There was no
it was
rom.
Yeah.
one-sided rom. It was very
No, there
one-sided
were
rom.
there were romps, but there was
There
no
There were a
rom.
lot of romps.
There were
was no
there were
rom.
There were romps, and it was more romp, less rom. Yes,
Mhm.
and a little bit of calm.
And poor Bill Pullman.
Yeah.
I can't
poor
catch a
bastard.
break.
No, he cannot.
No, I don't even know where to start with this thing. So Angie started with Linda. She's Fiorentina.
This is, by the
She-
way, the third film that we have featured in our 50 or 60 podcasts that featured that Linda Fiorentino is in the film. This is number 3. After Hours, she was Kiki.
After Hours, right?
Yeah.
She was Kiki in Men in
Yes.
Black. She
Men in
was
Black.
the coroner, and
Yes.
now we've got her in a feature role, in a starring role.
Well, we may have to have a separate whole episode about her. We may have to look at the whole catalog of her work and specialize and spotlight that for one.
Either
whole
that, or
episode.
we're going to become the unofficial sponsors of Linda Fiorentino.
or she's going to get a restraining order on us. One or the other.
Yes, exactly. We could be getting a letter from some suit in Beverly Hills.
Add it to the pile.
Add it to the pile. I thought it was the story itself. Is it? I can't remember. Was it based on a book, or is this a original screenplay?
I think it's an original screenplay.
The original screenplay.
Yeah. It is. It's a really good story. I mean, it's at times a little bit hard to follow, but for me. But I thought the essence of it is really good. You know, she's this crazy vamp who is going to take her husband's money, and
She's a femme fatale.
femme fatale, and get out of town and get away from it all and figure out how to keep it and move on. And she's really good, and the story does this well, about her having to change roads as things change.
Yep, she adapts.
Versatile, adaptable to the situation.
What's that thing? Is it the Marines? Adapt, improvise, and overcome? Is that the Marines, like kind of like their philosophy? That's her.
Makes sense.
She adapts, she improvises, and she overcomes. She gets one little roadblock, and she's quick. She's like coming up with some kind of an idea.
Yeah.
On to the next
Immediately.
one.
Yep.
So at this, we could talk about her for a sec. So at this time in her career, she is what? She is what? She's 94. She's done a bunch of small things, Vision Quest, After Hours, The Moderns, things I didn't even heard of, Neon Live Empire, TV movie, Queen's Logic, Shout, Strangers. 94, she gets this big one. And and after that, she goes on to more stardom, I guess you'd say.
And what surprises me is in 94, when she gets this big one, she's already 35 or 36.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Which
That's right.
you think, she's like an overnight success. Well, probably not so much overnight. She
I know
looks
why.
much younger than she is.
Totally.
But she's well established into her career at that point.
And I know why Angelo picked this movie, because Linda is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Did you know that?
She's a paisan. She went to Goretti.
Oh my God. It's crazy.
She probably grew up down the street from me.
Right? Went to your
Probably
sister's
grew up
now
near
it's
you.
my school, because remember my high school's merged.
She was born in 1958, so she's a little bit a couple years before you.
Yeah.
Went to Rosemont College. So she is just what'd you say? She's graduated from Washington Township High School.
Did she? She transferred. She transferred. Yeah. She moved.
She knew you were coming along. She had to get out of town.
Typical South Philly Italian, moves to Washington Township. How stereotypical is that?
Great migration.
Is that true?
Yes. Yeah. If you go to Washington Township, if you go down to like that area, at Sewell, Washington Township,
it's all paisans.
Deptford, it's all South Philly people. All South Philly people. They all moved down there.
Less cheaper to live, no taxes.
parking spot. They all wanted a garage. And they all wanted.
They
all wanted
a yard.
A
yard.
I want a yard.
A yard and a garage.
Yeah, but every Italian down there wants to like concrete it over.
Well, interesting you say that, because in the movie, Linda, what's her name? Bridget leaves town with this big stack of cash. And where does she go? The suburbs of Buffalo.
Yep.
Right? And what does she get? She gets a house with a yard.
Yep.
Doesn't she?
That's
right? Is this like her real life playing out in a movie?
You know, that's very nice observation, Aaron. That's a very good observation.
Yeah.
You might be onto something.
So she gets out of town. She heads to Buffalo or some suburb of Buffalo, and she hits a bar, and she's immediately bombarded by this gentleman played by
Peter Berg.
Peter Berg, trying to hit on her in this little sleazy dive bar, and he kind of won't say no. he won't stop, and before you know it, she's kind of enveloped him into her story, right? And before you know it, she's working at the same company as him. How does she do that? We don't know, but she is taking on new persona, and now has a job in the insurance business.
And a name change.
A name change. Come back to that in a second. And then she's all the while she's trying to figure out how to figure out how to do what she can do with all this money and get out of town somewhere else, right?
What I thought was odd is she leaves New York City to head to Chicago and winds up in Buffalo.
Yeah, it's not exactly the
I'm not sure if anyone's seen a map. That's not on the way.
Well, it's kind of indirect, right?
That was peculiar.
So the goal was to get to Chicago.
Yeah.
Stops in Buffalo, a suburb of Buffalo, and things just change. Here again is her versatility, adaptability. Her original game plan changed. She's going to stick around. Now this guy is kind of sucked into her life somehow, and she's going to figure out how to make him part of this whole thing, right? She's just very good. Her character is very good at just kind of going with the flow and making it all work.
Well, you know what worked for that? She called her lawyer. Her lawyer gave her lawyerly advice.
Yes.
Because she said she's going to Chicago, and her response was, well, is he going to think you're going there? You stay put.
Right.
That's
true. And that was JT Walsh.
Yeah, which I was really surprised. I didn't remember him being in that.
Which I think I saw somewhere. He did all of his stuff in one day.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He's just in that room, right? So in that lawyer's office. And back home in New York City, our friend Bill Pullman, who plays the husband to Bridget, is really not happy. So he tries to track her down and uses a couple of detectives. The first one, played by Bill Nunn, which we've all seen a million times. Great actor. And Bill Nunn is really a special person to me, in a distant way.
Was he in Rush?
He was not in Rush, but his father.
He wasn't in The Wire, so he's not very good.
His father was the architect of the Pittsburgh Steelers dynasty in the 1970s.
Really?
His dad was the player director of the Steelers.
Really?
And played in the NFL. I think he's in the Hall of Fame. Yep. And then his son, I think the younger Bill Nunn, I think he played football in college, I think.
I can see it.
But got into acting. So the Nuns are good folk.
And he was Radio Raheem in what's it called? In Do the Right Thing.
Oh, there you go. Let's see, Bill Nunn. I think he's from Pittsburgh. Yep, from Pittsburgh. Yep. And he died at 62. That horrible number, 62. I hate that number. But he's Bill Nunn the third. Actually, I guess his dad was the second.
Okay.
Okay. So Bill Nunn's hired to track her down, and he catches her. In Buffalo. They use a little wiretapping or tracking her phone calls, and Bill Nunn goes out to Buffalo, finds her, is going to take her back, and make her bring back all the money back, etc., etc. He makes her drive in a car. This is like so brilliant. Like a little thing in the movie, right? Where she's driving in this car down this mountain road or wherever, and she notices that this car only has a driver's side airbag.
They call that the good old days.
The good old days. And she says, and he's in the passenger side, and she speeds up and flies into a tree or pole, and he flies through the window and dies. And all of a sudden, go ahead.
Well, there was a couple things, right? Like they knew she was in Buffalo, but Bill, what's his name?
Pullman.
Bill Pullman's character figured out what her alias was going to be.
Correct.
Because of a little thing she knows how to do, which is write things backwards.
Yes.
So she comes up with that it's going to be, New York spelled backwards. She's going by Wendy Croy. Yeah. So then I guess they looked around and found the address and all that kind of stuff, found her somehow. Though there was no internet back then. If you think about it, it's pretty crafty because there was no internet, right? She probably didn't have a phone yet. How long could it take to get her listed in the company? She was only there for like a week, maybe, right?
So when they first track the phone call, all they get is the area code. I think.
Right.
Yeah. That's all they could get initially.
But the guy's a private detective, so maybe there's a way to do it. I don't know.
Yep.
I also think a lot more time is supposed to have lapsed.
Right. This couldn't have been.
Yes.
Bill Pullman has his business where he's selling prescriptions out to people,
right,
to make the vig on the money he borrowed.
Yeah.
And eventually a guy breaks a thumb.
Yep.
It doesn't happen right away.
Yep. By the way, he does have a cell phone at the end of the year, or mobile phone at the right.
Yeah.
And later
That's
on,
how they track her.
Yeah.
Right.
The so she gets Bill Nunn killed. So now she's not being.
Well, let's not forget now. He was wearing a seatbelt. She got him to unbuckle that seatbelt because
this is true. Yes. So more of the devilish
thinking on the fly,
demon brain of her.
The fatale.
Yes.
Yeah.
The fatale part. Yes. She gets him to unbuckle. We won't get into why. And unzip. And then he has no seatbelt on, flies through the window because he doesn't have an airbag on his side of the car. He dies. She's not being watched initially here.
Right.
Brilliant. Right. Yep. And then we move on to another detective later on. The ups and downs of the movie are just really fun. Fun in a dark way, but fun. She goes to work at this company that she lies to get into this company as an insurance. Oh, by the way, you should go back. When the movie starts, her job is she is selling
like
gems,
like
coins,
commemorative coins,
commemorative coins, which are probably fake, and they're she's a hard ass like in Glengarry Glen Ross,
right?
And she's just a hard ass head of sales for this place, but she's only doing it for a means to an end to get the hell out of there. She just walks away from it all. And then she just kind of lies her way into a job. She finds something in the classified section that this big insurance company is looking for, like head of,
it was like
director of sales or something like that. And so she's she's telling her story to the vice president and weasel her way into an office, gets into her own office.
Yep.
Right. Well,
and
it
then
sounded
she has her own.
But it sounded like when she took the job, she told the guy his real name, right? She told the guy her real name, so he could check the references.
She was running from her husband and everything else.
Right.
Yeah, she told her that part. Yeah. Yep.
Right.
And you'll be Bridget here, and nobody's going to know. I'm not going to let anybody know about your situation.
Right.
And you're just one of the family here, right? So she's working for this big company. So she's getting a paycheck and 401k benefits, all that stuff.
Yep.
And she gets a nice house in the suburbs. And but this guy, I keep forgetting his name.
Mike
Swale.
Mike Swale will not leave Peter Berg. And so he's this anchor, and he wants to have a relationship. He's divorced, I think he said, or I can't remember.
He's not divorced. He left his wife.
Oh, left his wife, right.
He left his wife.
Yes. And he really wants, she's exciting, she's enticing, but she's not forthcoming at all, and he wants to know more about her. And she relents and brings him into her life, and he thinks he's, in, right?
Well, yes, he's in,
Yeah.
but he's not in.
He's not in, right? He thinks he's in, but he's not in.
But he's not in.
And then one night he's talking about insurance stuff, and she comes up with a scam based on what he's told her about. I don't know. Mike, you describe that insurance scam.
He's a claims adjuster for a life insurance claim. And when he goes to tell the wife that the husband has died, the wife is ecstatic that he's dead. And when he tells the wife how much insurance the husband had, she mentions that, if she knew that, she would have killed him earlier herself instead of letting an accident do it. And this gets into Linda Fiorentino's head to be like, well, maybe we should be cross-referencing large life insurance policies and horrible husbands. Maybe the wives will start paying us to kill the husbands so they can collect.
So they go on a computer chase to narrow down with all those parameters, where they get like 200 some names of women.
244 names.
244 names of women that fit this bill, and let's start calling them, right? Now we don't know. We don't know whether she really at this point wants to, like, is this a means to the end of the movie that we see, or is this the means to actually making a lot of money? We don't know if it's a bigger scam that she's got planned, but ultimately it just becomes a one-time event.
Right.
So our friend Bill, why can I remember his name? Mike Peter Berg. He's just becoming, infatuated with her, but he's murdering somebody. That seems like a bit much. I don't want to be a part of that. But hey, it's Linda Fiorentino.
That's
Maybe
right.
I'll say yes.
That's right. Whatever it takes to get the girl.
And this thing keeps going on and on. All the while, another investigator comes via New York to watch her, and from her ex-husband, Bill Pullman, and all she really wants a divorce. That I think that's legit. She really wants to get divorced, and this attorney, played by J.T. Walsh, gives her, where to go, how to get this done. So she does get tracked down again by another detective, investigator that her husband's hired, and she loses that guy too. Right, she loses him, and which is in a funny turn of events. And again, she's just kind of winging it, and she's just so smart. She just can get out of these little situations and think of something off the top of her head to get out of a thing. And then it's next up is trying to go to New York and do this murder, right? And with her new boyfriend, and then what she wants to do is murder her ex-husband, Bill Pullman, husband, and have the boyfriend do that, and that's where the story leads to ultimately. It really is. I know it sounds convoluted over here on the podcast, but it's a really neatly devised story of how she goes from a commemorative coin salesperson, steals her husband's drug money, to keeping the money by coming back and having him murdered. It's really a well-devised movie all the way through. Story. Thoughts?
I thought it was a little slow. They could have picked up the pace a little bit. But besides that, I thought it was really well acted. Peter Berg plays a great, hard luck dullard. I mean, he's in a lot of movies where he's not the brightest guy around. And Bill Pullman plays the sad sack really well. And the rest of the supporting cast, his two friends in the bar were great.
Hank from Breaking Bad.
They were great.
From Making Bad.
Yeah,
that's right.
They were great, and Bill Nunn was great, and JT Walsh was great. Like, it just really worked out well. That all the people they rolled into were like, these people really worked out well.
Yep. I mean, she's clearly was the star of the show. I mean, there's no denying that.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that she's the star of the show.
Yeah. You read from Wikipedia, this thing is, in the top 10s of that year in so many lists of movies.
Roger Ebert, number 5.
Yeah. Bob Strauss on the Daily News here in LA. Just well received. So many awards. BAFTA Best Actress, Chicago Film Critics Award Best Actress, the DGA for dramatic special effects, whatever the Edgar Allan Poe Awards are, Best Motion Picture, Best Female Lead from the Independent Spirit Awards, up and down the line. I don't believe it was nominated for anything bigger, right?
Here's the thing. Apparently she got screwed from the Academy Award nomination because it came out on TV before.
They showed it on HBO.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was on cable, right?
So she got screwed. Now, of course, if it was today's rules, it wouldn't matter.
No rules. No.
If it was
pandemic
rules, forget it.
Yeah.
And
because it could be on Netflix only.
Because it got to a movie, she probably wasn't to a movie theater. She probably wasn't eligible for an Emmy. So she probably got screwed by both of them because of the rules.
Right. Yep. Yeah, different world back then, for sure, and a different world now, I guess. Now
I'm a little surprised, as well received as it was, that it didn't make more money.
Yeah,
not that $5 million in '94 wasn't a lot, but
it was a small indie.
Was it rated R? I assume it was rated R, right?
Yeah, I guess that's probably why. I guess
R-rated movies they don't make a lot of money. Didn't make a lot of money.
You had Body Heat, you had Body Double, you had this, you had the movie Jade. They all had the kind of like noirish, femme fatale kind of things going on in them.
Yeah,
they weren't all at the same time, though. I mean, we're talking.
No, I'm just saying through that whole like '80s and '90s,
right,
and I guess they all came out, and I just thought this would have done more box office than, because I think the other ones did more.
I mean, I saw this down at the Ritz in Philly, so it wasn't in a main theater.
Yeah.
It was just small art house theaters. So they said opening weekend, I think, was like $45,000.
Yeah, a couple grand.
So it probably only opened maybe in like, New York and LA or something.
Yeah.
And then it expanded from there.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what else was on that same weekend when it came out.
Yeah. I don't know.
Really, you guys talking, I'm going to look that up. That's really not much money.
She's just really, really bad. She's just a bad person.
She is
just really bad.
She's got like, I don't know. She's got like an attitude. She's just got like this smirk. It just works.
Just so bad.
Like I said before we started, she may not be the most not like Charlize Theron, right? You see her, it's like, oh my God, she's breathtaking, right? This one, no, she's got something else. She's got an edge to her. She's got an edge to her. So here's a couple little factoids. So Linda Fiorentino was offered the option of letting a body double do the love scenes, but she chose to do them herself.
Wow,
that's an actress.
That's right.
She's honed her craft.
Number
one, she's honed her craft.
She came up with the idea to put the cigarette out in the pie.
Yeah.
And then there's this whole big thing with Peter Berg, the chain link fence sex scene with her
outside the bar.
Yeah. Let me just read what he says here. What I remember most about it was we were shooting it at the end of the night. We never got a chance to talk about how we were going to do it. By the time we got outside the shoot, it was like 5 a.m. and the sun was coming up. We had no plan, and I didn't want to do something that looked embarrassing or stupid. I didn't want to appear to be just designated sex toy without some plan. I was suggesting that maybe we come back another day to shoot. John Dahl was upset because he didn't know he had time to check back, and I was being all nervous, and Linda was just smoking a cigarette watching. After about 10 minutes of me rambling on, she threw down the cigarette, looked at me, told me to shut the F up, take my pants down, and get up against the fence. She said, John, get a camera, and she climbed up on me against that fence and told John Dahl to shoot it, and that was that. She thought of it, she conceived it, she executed it. It was awesome.
What I liked is while she's the femme fatale, she's classy. So when they're up against the fence and other people exit the bar, she made him stop for a minute because she didn't want people to know what was going on.
Yeah.
She's classy.
Yes. I get the sense after reading a few of these little stories from the movie that there is she kind of wings some of the movie herself. She's a bit. This is her doing her thing. Whatever, she's got into character. This is how I'm gonna.
How would this character act? I got it down.
I'm gonna do this, like the chain link fence thing, or little hand movements, or eye rolls, or whatever in the movie.
I think just the way she was, just the way in certain scenes she was just smoking.
Yeah, totally.
She didn't say anything. Just the way she was smoking was like, all right, that basically tells you all you need to know.
Yeah. I found this website about domestic box office releases. So the weekend of the 14th of that month, October 14th of 1994, the big movie that came out that weekend was Pulp Fiction. And it did $29 million that weekend.
Really?
So the next weekend, the 21st, the big movie is something called Love Affair. I don't remember what Love Affair was.
Never heard of it.
But it made $9.9 million. And also out that same time was Bullets Over Broadway, Radioland Murders, A New Nightmare, Little Giants, Exit to Eden. So those are the big movies at the time. Yeah. So this gets released 5 days later. But I think what's going on here is you've got everyone going to see Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
And because it did $29 million. And then everything after that is nothing for the rest of the month. It's The Road to Wellville on the 28th with 1.9. Something called Silent Fall did 1.1. And then little old Last Seduction did its, $49,000. Yeah. But like you said, Ange, it was in 100 and well, this is interesting. It did $49,000 in 150 theaters. Now, Pulp Fiction was in 1,400 theaters.
Oh, that's a big difference. Yeah. Okay.
It's that maybe you'd have to do the math to see what that is per screen, but
right.
It wasn't a wide release movie, so it was, and it didn't probably pick up a lot of traction, so it didn't build much after that. It's built in over time, right? Who knows how it did on TV when it was on Showtime? What did it say? Showtime? HBO. Don't know how it did there, but it's kind of cultish, I guess you'd say, right? That almost like After Hours, a little bit cultish, I think. Even though it's got some highly acclaimed, award nominations and things, but it's definitely not a big movie.
No, not at all.
Not
at all.
We'll take a break here to remind everyone this is Booze Dancing Entertainment Network. What we watch, when we drink, live. Our first episode for 2024. We are talking about The Last Seduction from 1994, and we're also drinking some holiday spirits, things that we got gifted to us or somehow came upon for the holidays. Mike is drinking the 1792 that he got gifted by someone at a party, and Ange, you're drinking the Rip 10.
Yeah, it was the Rip Van Winkle 10,
right? And I've got some 17-year-old Irish whiskey from Killowen from a private label. I am actually going to pour a little more.
Hold on a second, you confused me now. You just said 17-year-old Irish whiskey from Kilhoman?
Killowen.
Killowen. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Killowen, which is part of the Cooley.
That's where I got confused because you said that before. Sorry. You said Cooley, and I'm like, wait a minute. That doesn't sound right. Okay, now that makes
just sense. One of the many brands coming out of Cooley.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
Which is actually, it's really good. It's surprising. I don't know what the club sold it for. What is Mike getting?
So because
another Cooley.
I love me. I bought myself the fancy box. Got the Middleton.
Oh, the Middletons. Which one's this? Is that a 2023?
No, it's a 2017. I didn't know what it was. I saw the box sitting on a shelf, and I
2017. Where'd you get that?
Vintage. 2017.
Where'd you get that?
So, around the corner.
That sounds like our friends down the street.
Down the street. They had it sitting on the shelf. So I'm like, I'll get that. So I'll wait to open that when we're doing a tasting.
Did you tell them to cut you a deal because it's been sitting on the shelf for the last 6 years?
I got a hello, my friend. Hello, my friend.
Hello, my friend. I haven't seen you in so long. Where you been? That's funny. That's fine.
That's
Did he
fine.
cut you a deal? Were you able to negotiate?
I liked the price that they had it on the shelf. I didn't bother.
Okay. All right. Well, that's saying
there you
something.
go. That's
That's
okay.
saying something.
That's all right.
Okay,
So $400, right?
It was the last box, and they wanted to get rid of it.
Hey, there you go. And because you're my friend, I'm going to give you a
Hello,
deal.
my friend.
I'm going to let you buy it.
I went there hoping I could find some Springbank
Ooh,
or
good idea.
one of the Japanese whiskeys, because they usually have something hidden somewhere, and they were without. They didn't have any. So I'm like,
Okay.
all right, what else you got? So they came all the way over here. It's so far. Let me see what they got.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Okay, you guys are gonna play a little game. We're gonna play a little game right now.
We're going to play a little game?
I found this. Yeah, you're gonna play a little game about the movie. Hi, I'm Bridget Gregory. My physician husband brought in a sizable amount of money by selling this product on the street. What was the drug he sold?
Pharmaceutical grade cocaine.
Very good. Very good. My first stop after making off with the money was Beston. The road sign greeting you as you enter the town tells of its pride in its high school mascot name, presumably sports teams. What is the boastful message under Welcome to Beston?
Home of the something.
Was it Home of the Bulldogs, Doberman Depot, Mastiff's Homeland, Land of Chows?
The first one.
Home of Bulldogs? I believe that's correct, yes. I stopped for gas and spotted a neighborhood tavern. What was the name of the joint?
Mike?
Oh, she goes there over and over again.
Ray's.
That one is Ray's.
Correct, Ray's.
I don't know.
At the bar, I had a terrible time getting my favorite cocktail. Do you know what the drink is?
A Manhattan.
That's right.
Oh, you like her already.
From Ray. The bartender's name is Ray. I should have known it's Ray's.
But she was rude. She was rude.
She was rude.
She was very rude.
She didn't, and she didn't pay for the drink. Or her.
And don't forget how she asked.
More importantly, she got a Manhattan in a bar. How much did the Manhattan cost?
Oh, it was $2.
$2.
$2.
Right. You got a Manhattan for $2?
No, I can't.
1994. It seems a little low for 1994.
Right. Well, remember, it was in Beston.
Yes.
At an old watering hole. So,
right. I had Mike assist me in hacking into credit files in order to look for the combination of what characteristics in charge card holders.
Come on, Mike.
Men using corporate cards for personal expenses, men carrying cards using an alias, men carrying cards unavailable to their spouses.
Yeah, unavailable to their spouses. Yeah, it was spouses.
That's right.
That's right. The names of more than one woman.
Yes. Let's see. My husband also put a second investigator out on me. He said he sat in his car and watched my residence diligently. Which of the following did not happen to him? He got food poisoning from brownies. He was shaken down by the cops. One of his rear tires was flattened. He was given home-baked cookies.
The first one.
The food poisoning.
Correct. Yeah.
I pulled a series of deceptions on Mike. The culminating scheme involved what heartless antic? Bridget ruined Mike by revealing his marital secret. Trisha's secret was made public. Mike was found guilty of killing Clay. Clay murdered Mike.
The third one.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm Bridget Gregory. Also known as
by the
Wendy.
way, going back to the cookies thing.
Uh-huh.
I love that you just bought store-bought cookies and just put them in the oven for a little bit.
And just eat them up. That was great. I thought that. What a great idea.
Wait, even better. The short skirt, right? The thigh-high stockings, the high heels, and the apron.
And the apron, yes.
Because she's a baker. You want to stay neat?
She's a baker. She's like great with, around the house. She bakes a lot.
Best. Never wore sweatpants. Never wore jeans.
Nope. Never a tennis shoe. No,
never. No Lululemons for her. I'll tell you that.
No. Let's see here. I'm also known as Wendy Croy. I'm beautiful and have a cold heart. But here I am in the back of a Lincoln Town car, burning the last piece of evidence that could implicate me in murder. What is fueling the small flame I hold between my fingers?
The Cahill tag for the address or whatever.
Yeah,
that's right. Mailbox tag. That's right.
The mailbox or the buzzer?
Right.
The buzzer? Mailbox? Both?
Mailbox here.
I thought about that, though. Why wouldn't she have just taken it off when she went upstairs at the end? Why would she just peel that off then? Or do you think she forgot about it?
Maybe she forgot about it.
Too excited,
Yeah.
and then she remembered.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So that last scene, which I want to go back and look at, the last end of the movie, when she gets into the limo
Yeah.
and the driver comes around and closes the door, I think it's Jerry Seinfeld
Do you?
in an unaccredited role.
You think?
I've not found that anywhere on the internet to
Wow.
prove me right or wrong. 94, was he 94? When did Seinfeld start?
Oh, it was earlier than that, wasn't it? It was like 90?
Yeah, he was on. Yeah, 90, 91 maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably not him. Okay.
I don't think it's him.
No,
I don't
I
think
wish it
it's
was
him.
because it kind of looks like him when big hair Jerry was around.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Where are you getting these, by the way?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay.
I have my ways.
All right.
Yeah, I have my ways. Yeah. There was another thing I wanted to share with you. Give me 1 second. I'll find it. Yeah, you're right. Ineligible for the Academy Awards due to its release on TV before the theatrical release, which was a strange time back then, you know?
Yeah, it was weird. That's weird.
It was. It was considered a commercial success. Limited release, but it grossed $5 million. I guess that is a lot for a small.
Well, it's doubled the budget.
Yeah, double the budget, right?
And there was probably no production budget, no promotion budget.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
Where
It's
now
all word of mouth.
you got to make twice just to cover the promotion budget. Now it's
Right.
then they probably didn't do anything. $500,000.
Last Seduction was ranked at some point, was ranked by Entertainment Weekly as one of the 25 sexiest movies ever. It was pretty sexy.
It was.
Yeah.
Well, she was.
She was. Well, I think. Well, the scenes
That
with
did the
her.
job.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
scenes without her are not sexy.
No.
Not at
Just
all.
her enthusiasm, her laugh, just reveling in the diabolical nature. You know, just clearly having a good time.
It was initially intended to be a direct-to-video release.
Yeah.
However, due to its critical acclaim, it received a limited theatrical release and found success on the big screen.
And it got screwed at it got screwed in award season.
Totally. Yep.
No, see, no faith. That's what you get for lack of faith.
And by this, the guy wrote the screenplay too.
Right.
Yep. Let's talk about the cast a little bit. We can talk about a little. I'm not totally familiar with Peter Berg. He was in, I think, a few things like Friday Night Lights, I think, right?
He actually has a pretty big behind-the-scenes career, directing,
is that
producing.
Right? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does a lot of producing. He does a lot of work with HBO. Looks like he was an executive producer on. Let me see where he's a producer. He's got like 60 credits as a producer.
He directed Very Bad Things, The Rundown, Friday Night Lights, The Kingdom, Hancock, Battleship, Lone Survivor, Deepwater Horizon, Mile 22, and Spencer Confidential.
Huh. Interesting.
So he's
most of the movies most of the movies he was in, I don't recognize them at all.
Looks like he did 4 or 5 seasons on Chicago Hope.
Chicago Hope, Friday Night Lights. He produced a 30 for 30. Oh, he directed a 30 for 30, The King's Ransom. I don't know what that one is about.
Okay.
Wow. He directed a Ballers episode. Interesting.
He's written, he's directed. He's a busy guy.
He's done a lot. Yeah. Let's see. How old is he? He is.
He's 60.
50,
he's going to be 60.
He'll be 60.
He's another March birthday. Also, Linda Fiorentino, also a March birthday.
There you go.
And it's surprising that he's 6 years younger than her.
Right.
Because he didn't seem like he was 6 years younger than her.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
not at all. Bill Pullman. I've always been a fan.
Never heard of him.
Pullman. Yep. 70 years old. Wow, he's 70 years old.
Really?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Well, he was in what was the one movie, Independence Day? Wasn't he the president?
He was. I think he was the president in that. You're right. He was in there's lots of movies, right?
Yeah.
Geez. He started out in Space. He was in Spaceballs.
Was he really? Oh, that's right. He was. He was
Lone
the
Star.
Ford.
That's right.
Harrison Ford character, right?
Yeah. Newsies, A League of Their Own, Singles, Sleepless in Seattle. Wyatt Earp. I'm just listing the ones I know. While You Were Sleeping, Independence Day, Lost Highway, Lake Placid, Titan AE, Igby Goes Down. What is that?
That's
Dear
with what's his name?
Wendy.
That's with
Oh, really?
from I know what's his face from Succession. Roman from Succession. Kieran
Oh,
Culkin.
okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He was in Independence Day Resurgence. Guess that was a sequel.
Independence Day 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Equalizer 2. Then he did a lot of TV. Cagney and Lacey, Tracy Ullman, Night Vision, something, whatever that was. Revelations, Law and... Oh, hey, he did Law and Order. That's shocking. 1600 Pen. Oh, 1600 Pen, 13 episodes of that. The Sinner? He was 32 episodes of that, whatever that was.
That's a weird show. I watched the first season of it. It's very bizarre.
Never heard of it. So that's his biggest TV thing. He did it for 3 years, 4 years.
And apparently he's in This Fool, which I like.
Yeah.
Oh, he said, oh, wow, look at that. One episode, yeah. You see
Right.
that? So he's always been good. He's always fun to watch. And the other ones in this
Don't forget Dean Norris. Don't forget our boy Hank.
Yeah.
Yes,
From
Dean
Breaking
Norris.
Bad.
Yes. He is. That was a little fun, shocking seeing him.
Yeah.
It was, whoa, what is that? And
Younger,
JT
slimmer,
Waltz.
with a little bit of hair, like me.
Yeah. How old is he? He's 60. Another 60-year-old guy. Yeah. JT Waltz. He's JT Waltz is not young. He's born in 1943.
He's been around forever. I mean, he's another guy.
Wow.
He's another that guy. He's always in something. He's always good. He's always very good.
Well, I did not realize he was that old.
His filmography's got to be huge.
It is not small.
He's got 79.
His first movie was in 1983. Wow.
Okay.
And boy, Good Morning Vietnam, Tequila Sunrise.
By the way, you know who I just thought he could be interchangeable with? Remember Clarence Beeks from Trading Places? That guy who was also the guy who was the dean of discipline or whatever in Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club, yeah.
I could see that. I could see those two guys interchanging roles.
Yeah.
They have a similar kind of thing, you know? They got a little similar thing to it.
I think there's a couple, we were talking about Linda Fiorentino. I think there's a couple other actresses currently that have that same je ne sais quoi, who could do what she does. Like if they wanted to remake The Last Seduction.
Right.
I think there are women actresses out there that could do it in that same way.
Tell me who?
Who? I can't think of her name, and I just saw an
give me
article
clues.
about her.
We'll play a guessing game.
Why
are you shaking your head?
Gay. She's gay. She's a senior woman. She's gay and she's beautiful. And
thanks.
Did that narrow it down?
No.
She has 2 legs and hair.
She has 2 legs. She has all of her limbs and all of her teeth. What the hell is her name? She was in some movie for a Christmas movie.
God,
Christmas movie. Oh, this is fun.
This is terrible. Movie. We're going to rename this podcast to Senior Moments.
She went home with like a friend who's a guy who's supposed to like show his parents off that he's got a girlfriend, but she's
better yet. Why you shouldn't drink when you watch? That's
true. Another episode. What the hell is her name?
The unofficial sponsor, Geritol.
I was going to say unofficial sponsor of like Dr. Kevorkian's Death Clinic.
Wheat germ.
Oh my God. Wheat germ.
You're going to go, this is a great.
This is a bit, man. This is a bit and a half. So what do we got so far? We've got sexy lesbian woman with 2 legs, 2 arms, a head, presumably
hair
eyes,
and teeth,
lips, and a teeth. Okay. A teeth, not a teeth.
Very
teeth.
important. All of her own teeth.
Yes. Man, what?
And she was in a Christmas movie.
Yeah. Oh no, that's not her.
Who'd you think it was?
Geez. From the picture I saw, I thought it was Sarah Paulson, but that's not her.
Okay.
Sarah Paulson's gay. Did we know that Sarah Paulson's gay?
Yeah, she is.
She's with the mother from 2.5 Men, Holland Taylor.
Oh.
What?
She's with Holland Taylor.
Okay.
Wow.
Huge age difference, but they've been an item for quite some time.
Look at Mike pulling things out of the archives.
That was good. I will find this and we'll all go,
Just
wow.
'cause I love Holland Taylor.
I don't know. Why is this not coming up?
All right. Anyway, other folks that could take a Linda Fiorentino role.
There was something else I thought of. We were talking. I think her name got mentioned earlier. She was in.
Oh my god!
This is another one.
Edit all of this out.
This is called the cutting room floor. I may leave this in just because.
Because it makes us look really old.
Margot Robbie.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, not Margot.
But she's
Robbie.
blonde. Blonde can't be a femme fatale.
Not Margot. No, just not Margot Robbie. But,
Doesn't seem as cerebral.
What's her name? Sharon Stone, blonde. She played femme fatale pretty well.
I think Sharon Stone could have done it definitely in her youth. I think.
Yeah, but I think Linda Fiorentino did a little better.
How about someone of that age bracket too?
Bette Midler. What about Bette Midler?
Midler.
Good in anything.
Midler.
Good in anything.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus. How about Julia Louis-Dreyfus?
Hawn. She would be spectacular. Good in everything.
Goldie Hawn. No, Goldie Hawn is exactly who you don't want in this movie, I think.
Nicole Kidman actually was a similar type movie, also with Bill Pullman, where
what movie was that?
she and Alec Baldwin hatched a scheme together. Listen, I think it's called Malice.
Oh, okay. I don't think I ever saw it.
But she was just a piece of work.
Who?
Nicole Kidman in that movie.
Oh, okay.
But you wouldn't really think of her as being a conniver, but she was a piece of work in it.
Uh-huh.
How about Kim Basinger in her youth?
Oh, definitely. Kim
Maybe. I don't think she's got. I don't think she quite has the chops though for this.
The chops.
You are very pro Linda.
I am very pro Linda.
Pro Linda.
She's just good, man. We got to do Jade next. Just to
hit a grand slam or Jennifer Lawrence. Could you see either one of them? No.
Jennifer Lawrence is one of the. Yes, she was one of them. Jennifer Lawrence is definitely one of the ones I thought of. Yes, I think Jennifer Lawrence could do it.
Maybe.
I'm gonna find the other one.
From the Christmas movie, was it Mary Steenburgen? Was that what you're thinking? The mother in Elf?
No,
were you thinking of her? No, that wasn't her. Sorry.
Ooh, I just checked the score on the Nuggets Sixers game. 26 seconds left.
Yes.
Charlize, maybe. 26 seconds left. Sixers up by 4.
Woohoo!
That doesn't mean anything though.
And that's in
another 20. Philly? That's another 35 minutes of the game.
That's a lifetime in those two guys. But those two.
That's in Philly.
Yeah, it's in Philly.
And Embiid's got 7 boards, 10 assists, and 41 points.
Oh, is that all?
And the Joker's got 19 boards and 25 points.
19 boards.
19 boards, 25 points.
Jesus. Anything?
No. Don't. Oh, we'll do this on another episode.
All right. Okay, fine. We'll have to cut all that part out. We'll have to cut all that out. That all has to go. But anyway, I really like the movie. I actually watched it again today off and on, and it's just fun. It's just a fun one to have on. You know, the enthusiasm, I like when he goes over there and confronts her at the house and she's just playing him like a violin.
Yep.
You know, and he leaves and take your shirt. He leaves and he shuts the door and they freeze the camera on her and she just laughs.
And she knows she won.
Just like, what a sucker. What a sucker. This guy is so dumb. Yeah. So dumb. And by the way, when he
under the bed, he breaks into her
God.
house. She's hiding under the bed.
Now that was, I was thinking about it while I'm watching. I'm like, why did he go back to the house? How did she know he was going to go back to the house? And then I realized, all right, he was leaving a voicemail message. He was going to go back to delete it all made sense when you see what he's going to do. He's going to delete the voicemail message and all that kind of stuff.
but she knows him.
Right.
She knows what he's going to do. Yep. That's the beauty of the character, is that she's really smart. She's really knows people. She knows how to manipulate them and get them, and knows how they're going to react.
The whole thing's a sale. I can get people to buy, fake coins.
Yes,
I can go. I can sell anything.
That opening scene of her in that situation with the coins really tells you a lot about her.
Right.
The only thing that I didn't understand was the manner in which Bill Pullman dies, where she sprays a can of mace into his mouth.
Right.
Would that actually kill you if they did that?
Well, I think it'll enlarge all your
I didn't know if there was like something in there earlier, because it's like pepper spray or something. I don't know if there was something in there about him being
it's capsaicin, right? I mean,
but I didn't know if there was something in there earlier about him being allergic that I missed.
I don't think it matters. I'm just thinking it's going to it's going to swell up. It's going to just choke. No. Right? He's going to suffocate, basically.
But all the ways to kill somebody, and
see, again, she was thinking on her feet.
That's how it goes.
And then that whole ending of how she kind of ropes him into admitting over the phone that he killed him.
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. And the actress I thought of is Kristen Stewart.
Oh yeah, okay, maybe Kristen. You know what? Maybe Riley Keough.
Yeah,
maybe Riley Keough. Yeah.
Maybe Riley Keough. I could sort of see her like a little bit. She's got a bit of an edge.
It definitely feels like a movie that could be remade.
And nominated for an Emmy, Riley Keough.
Oh, for
what's it called? Show.
Yeah, what, Daisy Jones and the Six?
Daisy Jones and the Six.
She was good. I like her.
Yeah.
I liked her in that. I liked her in The Girlfriend Experience, season 1, and she was really good in Zola, where she plays like this.
How about the one that plays Shiv? Could she be in this?
You know what? Yeah, maybe. I don't think she's going to pull off the sex appeal. Not that she's not an attractive woman, but she's not as like.
She's a femme, just not a fatale.
Maybe she's more fatale. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I could see it. She could pull it. She could probably do the acting, but there's just again something about what's her name.
Oh, and you guys, you called the Emmys.
Did we?
Succession won 3, and The Bear won 3.
They were 2 great shows, right? They were like
they won for shows. Scripts, and they won for directing, and they won.
Who won? Who got actors?
Kieran Culkin and Sarah Snook.
Okay.
Yep.
And McFadden.
Oh,
for supporting.
McFadden's so good.
And then for The Bear, the lead guy won.
Okay.
His 3 names, something Alan White.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Jeremy, is that right?
Jeremy Allen White. Yep.
And then the other 2 people, I can't remember what their names are.
The girl, Sydney, right? Sydney won?
Yeah. Io Ebadiri.
Io, whatever.
Yeah.
And the guy's name, I can't remember what he's
Eben Moss Backrack.
Oh, good.
Cousin.
Yeah.
Well, in the comedy, yeah. Yep. Yeah. It was amazing, considering that was a small show. Maybe not season 2
not anymore.
So much, but
not anymore.
But to pick up 3 of the 4.
Right.
Was really surprising. And the 4th comedy, the best actress went to Your Abbott Elementary Girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quinta Brunson?
Yeah. Quinta Brunson. Yeah.
Brunson.
Philly girl. All right.
Yeah. Another?
Grad, I think. Yeah. I think she's from Philly and she went to Temple, I think.
Yeah.
So good for her.
Well, guys, this was fun. The Last Seduction. I think we all
the
give
Senior
it a thumbs
Moments
up.
pod.
We know
the new Senior Moments.
Senior Moments pod. Totally. Yes.
That depends.
That's right. That's right. And ARP.
Officially sponsored by
Marriott Senior Living. Marriott Senior Living.
Exactly.
55
I'm having a heart attack.
World round.
I believe I'm having a heart attack. I'm going to call 912.
Ooh.
No,
I know.
Unofficially sponsored by a place for mom.
No place for dad, but a place for mom.
No place for dad.
How about Life Alert? Can we get Life Alert as a sponsor? Can we get that? Can I get that? Come on, I've fallen and I can't get up. Come on.
They probably have an app for us that we can probably team up with. Yes, I'm guessing
absolutely.
that's a great idea.
Absolutely.
Yes, right.
Absolutely. So you get an EMT and drinks.
Oh, that'd be great. Maybe a young hot guy. Yes. Maybe someone looks like Linda Fiorentino. Come on over. Unalert me.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. Do it
Or
in your
kill me
sexy-
and put me out of my misery. One or the other.
Yes. Yes.
One
We'll
or
take
the other.
that
It can
too.
go both
That's
ways.
right.
It can go either way with
right.
her.
I have a what's that thing called that you put the word
Defibrillator?
That's it.
Paddles.
Put that
paddles.
Boom.
The paddles.
The paddles. The paddles.
Oh,
give me the
dear
paddles.
Lord, dear
Linda, give me
Lord.
the
Anyway.
paddles.
I'm sorry. I interrupted
All right.
you. Finish it up.
No. We were this was the first episode of the year. What we watch when we drink. Boozedancing.com, the entertainment network known as Booze Dancing. We are back this year for a bunch of podcasts and shows. This is number 1. The Last Seduction was our movie, and we had some holiday whiskeys that we all were given, and we just had a fun little time. And we'll be coming back to you real soon with another podcast, live first and then podcast later. Watch for it coming out to all those places you get your podcasts shortly. Gentlemen, it was fun getting together. Cheers. And you can roll us out whenever you want, Ange.
All right. Cheers, boys.
Nice off.
All righty. Come on.